Sometimes you want to share files or even just text between computers, but there isn't an easy way. Microsoft Teams has a channel for yourself, so you can send messages to yourself on other devices. Some people email themselves things. If you're on a network, you can use a network share, but that can get complicated with permissions. In this side quest video, I'm going to introduce you to LocalSend, a way to do airdrop-like tasks between all of your devices on your network. While this is part of the C# on Linux series, it actually will be beneficial to everyone on all platforms. Now, this video is part of a series dedicated to developing C# applications on Linux. Along the way, we're going to gain a better knowledge of how Linux works and how to make our apps truly cross-platform. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to stay informed of new episodes as they come out. And if you're looking for even more .NET, SQL, and AI training, go to imtimcorey.com. Okay, so let's go over here to our Linux machine, and we're going to launch the website called LocalSend.org. LocalSend.org is a free service for sharing files and text without the cloud, and it can share between Windows, Mac, and Linux, as well as iOS and Android. So basically, wherever you're at, you can share whatever you have wherever you want to, which is just a really convenient thing to do. This is a great tool. This is not sponsored or anything like that. This is just me appreciating a really great tool that we're going to use in our course. You see, I have a lot of stuff on my Windows machine because I use Windows primarily, but I want to work on my Linux machine. And so, for example, I have, in the next video, we're going to talk about SQL with Docker. Well, I've got the command to do SQL with Docker really easily. It's one line. I had that on my Windows machine. How would I get that to this Linux machine? Well, I could retype it. That seems like a pain, which I've done. I could email myself. It just gets messy, right? So this way it's going to be super easy. We're going to see how to do this. And this just really sets you up for success with moving things around. Yes, I do have a network share in my house. I have a whole network attached storage device that does backups and all the rest. And I can use that if I want, but not everyone has that. This makes things easier even if you have that. As you notice, when I went to downloads, it says Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS. We can go wherever you want. But for us, we're going to go here to Linux, and we could get the binaries if you wanted to, or we could use one of these package managers. We're going to use the Flatpak installation. And yes, this is 2 commands, but I can just hit copy and then come down here to my terminal. And let's increase the size here. And we're going to paste this command, which is actually, again, 2 commands, and run this. So it says, hey, we're going to go to LocalSend. Do you want to install this? Yes. And it says, okay, do you want to proceed with these changes? Yes, I do. Just going to install our LocalSend application. Now, this is not going to be very dramatic if you only have LocalSend installed in one place, because where are you sending it to? And what it does is it looks for whatever else is on the local network. So this is now installed. We're going to go ahead and pin this to the panel. I'm going to close this out because right now it's being launched to the terminal. So you can close the terminal out now. We can close this out as well and come back here and launch it this way. Okay, I want to go to settings. And I come down here. The one thing I want to do is the device name. This is just a random name. I don't want to choose this. I want to choose Tim's Linux desktop. And you have to restart the server, which is just a matter of restart. You may say server. Yes, because everything is a server and a client. So if I want to send information, we can hit refresh, and Tim's recording PC is nearby. So I can get access to Tim's recording PC, which also says it was Fantastic Orange, I guess. But now I can send text if I wanted to, Or I could, in fact, let's do this in the opposite direction. I'm going to go to my recording PC. So let's change over to receive. So this is Tim's Linux desktop. I'm going to come over to my machine, and I can see Tim's Linux desktop. So I'm going to, I know you can't see this because it's, I'm recording on my Linux machine, but I'm on a Windows machine. Let me just put some text in, hello world. On my Windows machine, I just hit send to this machine, and it says hello world. So I've now sent text from my Windows machine over to my Linux machine. I can hit copy now. Okay, I could do the same thing with files. So I could grab a file if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I have a file or not, but let me look around for something. Again, I'm on a Windows machine where you can't really see, but I'm going to send, let's see, demo dashboard. I've got a, actually, you know what? I have some headshots. I'm going to send one of those. Okay, so I'm going to send a headshot, and it says, hey, do you want to accept this? Because, you might not want to. Well, yes, I want to accept it. And now it's going to download this TIFF file from my Windows machine. Notice this is 925 megabytes. And yet there's no server involved. There's no cloud involved. This is the server, the Linux machine. And so the client, which is a Windows machine on my network, is sending it across. And now I've got the file I want. All right. So now I could open this up in image viewer. It's fine. And hey, there we go. There's a file of me. Woohoo. But I've now gone through and sent a file from my Windows machine to my Linux machine without configuring anything else. This is LocalSend. This is really, really helpful because of the fact that you can work between machines. And again, if you don't want to have it open, you just close it out. And now your server is off. So you can have this where only when you need it do you open it up and you send things across. But this way you can work between devices, or if you have a VM that you're running on, you don't want to switch back to the parent, this can work as well. If you're on your phone, this is where I really find that it makes things easier. If I'm on my phone and I want something, I can send it from my desktop to my phone, maybe an image or something like that. I don't have to upload it to OneDrive and then download it from OneDrive to my phone or something like that. I can just use LocalSend. So short little video. I just want to show you LocalSend and how valuable it can be on the network, and how you can use this to great effect to transfer information, whether it be files, folders, text, or even paste from your clipboard to other devices on the network. So there's lots of cool stuff you can do here with this. But that's the basics of how this works. Thanks for watching. And as always, I am Tim Corey.